What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of our jungle playthrough with our rich explorer survivor here in Rimworld. I'm glad to have you. We've got a raid coming in. We've got a knife-wielding naked man running at us from the jungle. So that's an interesting set of stimuli that I don't think I've ever dealt with before IRL. I've never even been to a jungle, in all honesty. I've been out like, well, it kind of depends, you know? Like, does Hawaii count as jungle? Like, because I've been out in, like, the cut in Hawaii where it's all just, like, brush and machetes and everything else. I don't know if that counts, though. Hawaiians, you think that counts? My Kamayena, does that count? I don't know. Either way, for those of you that don't know, I'm a quarter Hawaiian. My entire family lives in Hawaii, in Ewa Beach, and Honolulu, actually. Those were my two family. My family are native Hawaiians. So in the previous episode, we had gotten Callium, who is a decent character in his own right. I kind of like having him around. Ideally, what I'd really like to do is capture this guy, if I can. Ideally, I'd like to capture him, although I suppose I should take a look at his skill sets first. He's really not that great of a character. The upshot is that I could use him as a construction and a growing bot. Eventually, he will actually level up to like 5 or 6 if you give him a lot of construction and things to do. But he's going to be a character who's a late bloomer. He probably won't be very good in the first year, but by the second year, he should have 2 or 3 skills that I've selected up at like level 5 or level 6. And at that point, he'll be a much more beneficial. Unfortunately, I think his name is Robert Hamel. Okay, good. So he's not a tribal. It says he's from the Swords, which I think is one of the bandit factions. Tribal peoples are very, very hard to convince to join you. They tend to have a big debuff to the player for trying to get them to join over because they're loyal to their own fam or whatever it is that they're trying to do out there. But ideally, I'd like to capture this guy. That would be the way that I would like for this to go. If it doesn't go that way, I won't be that upset about it because he's not that great of a character. But one of the big parts of this game is that you really do want to start accumulating a colony. You know, 3, 4, 5. I find that like 6 or 7 people is about the spot where I like to be. Any more than that, and it's like, Any less than that, and it feels like you're understaffed. I don't know why I don't like running large colonies with like 10 people. I just don't. I find that like the perfect spot to be is like 6 or 7 people, and then from there just build a lot of defenses so you can keep things managed. We do have laser rifles and all kinds of other stuff. I don't think he even has a gun. Is there any kind of like shiv or anything he might be able to use? Oh, there's a pistol over there. Go get the auto pistol. Yeah, definitely. Go get that thing. Alright, so hopefully she can ace him before he even gets over here. If not, we may have a small problem. Ah, she killed him. Okay, well, let's see what killed him, because actually we can go into combat right here, and we can now look. This was added in the last update. We can actually look and see exactly what happened after we fought him. So 4 fired a charge, and it perforated his rib and damaged his torso. The shot hit Rob. Let's see here. The shot was blown off course. That's interesting. I wonder if that takes wind into account or something. That's really odd. Or if that's just a turn of phrase. There's a hit with a charge shot right there. Hit with a charge shot. Annihilated Rob's torso to a fine miss. And in fact, if we take a look at the character, it looks like, yeah, he took a couple of nasty hits. Why does he have heat stroke? It's only 103. I don't think he should have a heat stroke right now. I think he should be alright. But then again, it's like an hour before we get up for bed anyways. There's a steel knife on that side. I'll probably hold on to that. I don't think it has any value. Yeah, it's worth like 10 bucks. If a trader comes by, we'll get rid of it. As far as things are looking right now, we just want to survive the heat wave. We've got an early game heat wave that's not entirely outside the norm. There's a couple of ways that you can deal with the heat wave. Wide-brimmed hats are one. So if you make like a cowboy hat, for example, that'll increase your heat tolerance. Other things you could do is you could drop off all of your clothing. That's another option, but you'll have the penalty for being naked walking around. The third option is that you can create there's kind of like, there are tribal technology. You can create passive coolers. Unfortunately, I think we need a research for that unless we are, unless you're tribals, you don't start with that, I don't think. And so anyways, we're in a decent spot right now. We're in a decent spot. I do think we should get to work and probably dig some graves. We could just throw all these guys like on a midden pile somewhere. But I find that it's easier for morale's sake to have grave plots. Later on as the game goes on, you're going to end up with a lot of bodies. And regardless of the receptacle you have, it's going to fill up. And if you don't end up with Molotovs or like an incendiary launcher or some kind of way to deal with the fact that you've got bodies laying around everywhere, it's just a constant mood debuff for anybody that sees it. So for example, somebody in here should probably have in a moderate amount of pain. Why are you in pain? Oh, muscle parasites. That's right. I completely and totally forgotten that muscle parasites were a thing. Yeah. That's sort of special. So we've got 39 herbal medicine. Shouldn't I have Glitter World medicine? Where's my Glitter World medicine at? Oh, yeah. One of these guys had a freak out and destroyed it. I forgot about that. God, I was like, I'm on the Rich Explorer. Shouldn't I have Glitter World medicine around somewhere? I guess they're going to sleep it off for a couple more hours. Yeah, go dig a grave, and then we'll dispose of that body about as soon as possible. Yeah, go bury him. Just get him out of the way. Another thing you can do is if you wound enemies, I would recommend there's a command called Strip, where if somebody's rolling around wounded on the ground, you can strip all the clothing and gear off of them. And if you do that, you don't get a debuff for wearing it. If they die with the clothes on them, the clothes become marked as being part of a dead man's repertoire, or part of a dead man's, I don't know, accessories. And so if you wear anything that used to be worn by a dead guy, they get a mood debuff. They don't like that very much. And so there's our first little grave plot right there. I can almost reasonably assure you it's going to be filled up pretty rapidly. Pretty rapidly. We're going to kill a lot of people in this playthrough. I can almost promise you that. This needs to be covered up because our wood is being messed with. And so we're going to call this a build roof area. Like so. Just build a little roof right there. As far as food goes, how are we looking on the food front? How are we looking on the food front? Not so great. Not so great. So what we want to do is let's go ahead and hunt that cassowary. And then once we've hunted the cassowary, the next thing we're going to want to do is I'm going to put in a butcher's table right over here. And then the next thing that I'm going to do after that is we are going to use a fueled stove to get some barbecue going. And if we got to eat some emu, we got to eat some emu. But we got to kill off some animals. If we don't kill off any animals, we're not going to be able to do much here. We have an escape pod. And so there is an escape pod crashing nearby. If anybody survived the impact, they're badly wounded, you can rescue them and send them on their way, or capture them for recruitment or slavery purposes. We've got a guy over here named Omid. Omid is a pretty good researcher. Pretty useless otherwise, though. Pretty useless otherwise. I'm usually kind of careful about who I bring into my colony, just based on the fact that, oh, he's kind of close, though. He's kind of close, though. All right. I'm going to call this a prisoner bed for right now. And we're going to do something a little bit risky right now in the middle of a heat wave. There should be a bed in safe temperature. Unreserved prisoner bed. Nobody's using that. Let me try again. There we go. Maybe it's because I was using rescue and not capture, because rescue means that they're going to take them to one of the green beds. All right, so that's done. Oh, I already set that up. I don't even need those. Okay, cool. We'll hunt our way through this. I forgot that I put those in there. I need you to absolutely cook some simple meals. Otherwise, we are going to be incredibly hangry by the end of this. Is that fool alive? I can't tell if that fool's alive. He might be. He might not be. For right now, I'm actually going to put a bed in here just as a backup. So that everybody has a bed they can use. In addition, we've got a little bit of steel left. We don't have a lot of things left for a cooler, although it's only 94 outside right now. It's actually not that terrible. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. So for this individual, what we want to do is we want to go chat and recruit, put them on herbal medicine, and then hopefully someone will come along and take care of their wounds. This person right here has blood loss, a cut to the torso, a scratch on the left leg, and a cut to the right leg. Hopefully we can get that taken care of. So there it is. Very nice. Alright, so that's all taken care of. We need to go hunt that emu right there. We've already shot down the cassowary, and so I think the emu is up next. We've got a monkey over there. Basically, I'm going to set them to the task of shooting a lot of stuff over the course of the next day or so that we can have food. This location needs a refrigerator, but we're a little bit low on steel at the moment. I didn't want to dedicate anybody to mining just yet because we're in the middle of a heat wave. And, well, we're not actually in a heat wave anymore, strangely enough. Strangely enough. Can you make that bed for me, please? Make that happen, Chief. There you go. And then we'll start worrying about building a new house in just a moment. In fact, I'll set that up right this second. So let's find our structures menu. Looks good to me. Looks very structural. We'll go like so. We'll go like so. I think a 5 space should be good enough. Like, this is a pretty big house. It's got kind of like a longhouse thing going on, but I can live with that. We'll go like so. Oh, we're blocked off at the front door. Okay, well, this one's going to look a little different. Oh, there's a puddle right there. Damn it! Damn you puddles that are, like, invisible. Okay, if we're going to have an invisible puddle right there. I got to get better at this, man. This was getting me back in the stream, too, when I was streaming, is like, it's hard to see water in unbuildable areas. I don't know if there's a menu where I can toggle what is buildable and what is not on the ground by grid, but I don't think there is. I don't think that exists. I don't think that's a thing that I can do. It's probably a mod, but I don't know if it's an actual thing that exists. It looks like I could build a house right here. So I'm gonna. And then if I have to, I'll tear it down when we gotta do one of our little generator things. I'll have it be like this right here. That looks pretty good to me. That'll work out. Give it 2 doors right there. I am going to have to put in a thermo generator at some point, but that point is not right now, so I'm not really going to stress about it or freak out about it. We'll put in some floors right there. Hopefully we can recruit this individual a little bit later on. Omid was a math professor, apparently. Do we have anybody on wardening? In fact, we have somebody who's quite talented at wardening, so I think that's going to work out pretty well. We should be able to recruit that individual within the next 3 to 4 days, barring any ridiculously bad RNG. That would be the one exception I'll give you right there, is if there's bad RNG, we might suffer with that a little bit. I do think the summers are going to be pretty harsh out here in the jungle. And so I grew up in a place where it was routinely about 120 degrees in the summer. And you definitely... There's a way to live in that environment. And it's mostly just don't go outside. That's pretty much what it comes down to, is nobody does anything until it's dark outside. Which is crazy because it doesn't get dark outside till like 10 o'clock. But a colonist needs treatment. Oh, yeah, he's got his muscle parasites. That's right. His muscles. So we're going to have a whole bunch of medical stuff we got to do real quick. A friendly AI from your past named Charlon Whitestone has sent you a message. He reveals that he has a starship hidden on the planet and sends you its world coordinates. The starship is deeply in hibernation mode. You have to start it up when you arrive, then defend it from raiders trying to steal it until the startup sequence completes. If you can get the ship off the ground, Charlon will take you off of this Rimworld to the stars. And as far as I know, spoiler alert, it's just so you can fly away and then you crash land on another planet again right afterwards. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. We are going to be eating through our medical supplies with those muscle parasites. So a thing you're really going to want to take into consideration when it comes to muscle parasites is whether or not you want to dedicate that much, whether or not you want to dedicate that kind of resources to making sure somebody stays up. Some people choose to leave muscle parasites untreated. I am not one of those people. I think that muscle parasites are actually not that bad, especially if you've got like a little farm set up or something like that. They can be pretty useful. Why do I have invisible loot? Did you see that? I thought she put down a meal right there and it disappeared instantly, but I don't know. Callium, do you have a gun? Why aren't you using a gun right now? Go get a gun. Everyone in our colony needs to have a gun. I'm not a fan of melee weapons in this game. I'm really not. I don't find melee weapons to be... I don't know. I don't find them to be as effective as I would like. Occasionally, if you set up like a good ambush, you can catch somebody with a really nice melee hit that'll one-shot them or something. But I find that it doesn't happen very often. Also, they're not refueling the generator. Who's got the major break risk? Callian. Callian, what are you upset about? Let's have a look here. Worn out apparel, awful bedroom, feeling bad, ugly environment, sick, tired, in a moderate amount of pain, joy deprived. Did I set up the work restrictions? Add an extra 2 hours of joy a day to Callian, please. Add an extra 2 hours of joy. We also have... They haven't fueled the generator. Okay. We should probably do that then. There's a lot of jobs to go around. We're lacking in workforce right now, which is what's always going to make this a little bit difficult. Let's go ahead and we'll refuel that right there. We got a mad animal coming in, and it looks like it's a boar. So 4, come down here, and if you see that boar... pledge to me that you shall shoot it. There it is. All done and taken care of. The easiest mad animal event we've ever had. Nice and easy peasy lemon squeezy. Other things that need to get done is we need to plant some crops. Not as important because I think we're allowed to farm year-round in this environment. We need to chop down some trees, and we need to have a really, really good wood supply so that we don't have to worry about chopping trees ever again. Callian, hopefully he feels better today. I'm a little worried about this. If we have a major break right now, that's not going to be... It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun. Did I put down a horseshoe pin anywhere? I don't know that I did. Let's go ahead and put down a horseshoe pin. I thought I had a horseshoe pin around here somewhere. Yeah, I do. It's right there. Wonder why they ain't been using it. I don't know. Reinstall it over here. Reinstall it over there, and we'll kind of just see what happens. Try to keep people nice and cool. I'd like to put a cooler inside every single building, but for the moment, our guys seem to be spending most of their time just kind of sleeping and chillaxing. I'm hoping that down the line we'll be able to solve that on up. She's going to have to eat raw meat, which is going to make her all kinds of grumpy, unfortunately. Unless she cooks herself a meal first. Looks like she's going to cook herself a meal first. What he's going to do right here, the horseshoe pin, all that does is it makes it so that their joy meter goes up. Ideally, so you want your joy meter to be above this third pip right here. The first pip is a minor break risk. The second one, I think, is a major risk. And the third one is an extreme break risk. And each one of those is different. So a minor break risk is like somebody just walks around in a daze for a little while, or they hide in their room for the rest of the day. Medium break risk might be that they go... oh, I don't know, they might destroy something, and they might start setting fires, or they might start engaging in deviant behavior to make themselves feel better, like doing drugs, or drinking lots of liquor, or something like that. Smoking up all the weed. Other things that can happen on extreme break, that's when they'll actually begin to physically assault other colonists, and they'll be getting in altercations and fights, and they'll be destroying property and tearing down your, solar panels and stuff like that. Basically, the extreme break risk can be really, really nasty. 24% chance to recruit, and we're still failing it. That RNG, though. Come on, get me some meals whipped up. As many meals as you can whip up. What are you doing? Oh, I'm going for the chinchilla. Yeah, chinchilla's a delicacy in some places, and so is guinea pig. Guinea pig and chinchilla, both very popular meals in certain places. Just nom 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 nom. We should get Omid pretty soon. I see no way that a 27% chance we fail for more than a couple days in a row. Then again, I know that my fire lighting chance in the long dark is never any good. Like, it'll always be like, you have a 60% chance, and then I fail like 9 times in a row, and I'm just like, well, shit. I guess the odds are ever not in my favor at the moment. So we've got pork, we've got monkey meat over there. Do you want to find some monkey meat? You can go and find it in the street. Gonna put it inside your teeth, 'cause everybody likes monkey meat. We have a Black Valley Confederacy Archer coming in. A very good character, in fact. Pretty fantastic character. A character that I think we would do well to have. So if we can incapacitate him, I think that I would like him to be on our side. He's invading immediately. So what we're going to want to do is let's set up in cover over here. And they should... oh, he's actually got more range than we do. That is... super interesting. How does a bow have more range than a charge rifle? What bow does he have? Is it a great bow? It's a short bow. What's the range on a short bow? Good lord. Accuracy, range, 29. What's the range on a charge rifle? Hold on, I gotta find out about this. This don't feel right to me. It's a charge rifle, 22. Shit. Okay, so we'll wait for this dude to come on in. There we go. Pull out to here. Bum, 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 bum. He's got an auto pistol, so that should work out fine. And down he goes. Another one for the pile. You should have self-tend taken care of. So I'm going to tell you to prioritize tending to yourself first. Callium should go lay down in bed and try to get himself squared away. And then she'll be able to help him out in a minute. You do take a passive debuff. If you self-tend yourself, you have a lower chance of effectively tending your own wounds. And so, was she not good at self-tending? I thought she had decent medicine. Oh, she just tended herself for 1%. Apparently, Callium is our doctor. Right? No. Ew, she's a level 4 doctor? She's our only doctor? Ew, I don't like that at all. That is not going to work out long term. We are begging for a bad infection right now. Well, he got a 25%. That's not too bad. We got 3 foods left. You guys just kind of hang out and do your thing. It was just a cut, and so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it was like 7 damage to the arm. I'm really hoping that it doesn't get nasty. A 2% quality bandage is not what we're looking for right there. That basically means she just wrapped a bunch of dirt and leaves on it, and we're hoping for the best. And that is not a good place to be. I don't like hoping for the best. I like performing for the best. Performing for the best. But given the fact she hasn't gotten a problem yet. Yeah, she'll be fully healed. There it is. Okay, she didn't get an infection, so that's good. When you get bad doctor rolls, I always get a little bit paranoid that infections are going to happen. Always get a little paranoid. What animals are around that we can eat out here? There's a monkey right there. There's a boar right there. There's a monkey that's already dead right there. We can go ahead and eat that right away. That's no biggie. This guy right here's got stabs and burn scars from a plastron. What's a, or on a plastron? What the hell is a plastron? Is that like on a shell? Plastron must be one of those like fancy scientific words for like a turtle leg. I don't know. So they're eating at a table. That should give them a passive buff. When they eat at a table, they tend to feel a little bit better about life. Things tend to work out a little bit better. She's mostly going to be on cooking duty for right now. He's going to be on hunting duty. We do have a colonist who needs treatment because his muscle parasites are apparently flaring up again. If I could have you refuel the stove, please. There you go. Now get back to work cooking meals. I guess not. I guess not. We just don't have enough manpower right now. That's our problem, is we just don't have enough people around to do the things that we need to do. I could cook up a human being. That's entirely a possibility. You can do cannibalism in this game, in case you were wondering about that. You 100% can take part in cannibalism. Turtles in this game, I don't know if you know this about turtles in Rimworld, but turtles are like bulletproof RoboCop death squads in this game. They are super hardcore. Turtles are crazy hardcore. It takes a lot of bullets to drop a turtle. We've shot that boar a couple times. What wounds does he have? Ooh, you shot him in the liver, man. Shot him in the liver. That's a rough one. The good side here is that all these furs and leathers and whatnot that we're getting from all these animals, they each sell for about $1 a piece. And so, if we get a trader later on in the game, we will be able to take that. God, will you just recruit the bastard? Good lord. Our luck is not good right now. We have a major break risk on Callion. Probably due to the fact that his disease is flaring up. He doesn't feel very good right now. Oh, no. Never mind. He just doesn't feel very good. Muscle parasites will go away after a while. There's no telling when they'll go away. Later on, you can also get parasite medication or something like that. You can get like a luxury medical suite or something like that that gives you a chance to cure like long-term problems like muscle parasites. There's a couple things like that. There's muscle parasites. There's like there's degenerative. There's like cyber nanites or something like that that raise a bunch of your stats up but put you in constant pain. There's a whole bunch of them like that you can actually get. Fibrous nanites or something like that is another one that you can get that's kind of annoying. And so anyways, there's a bunch of those things that you might have to deal with at one point or another throughout the course of the game. Just be aware they do go away eventually, or if you can afford the crazy medical suite later on, you can fix people and you can make them all better. But that's not going to be an option for right now. That's not going to be an option for right now. For the moment, we kind of just need to... Oh man, food poisoning? No! We should get some food from the pig and from the monkey. We're spending a lot of time hunting right now, though, and that is not my favorite thing to do. Luckily, the temperature seems to have fallen off ever so slightly. I'm waiting for Omid. If we can get Omid, we'll have the extra workforce we need to start doing some of the stuff we want to do. I probably won't put Omid on cooking, but Omid will be able to build. We'll put everybody on like a minor growing skill to make that happen. What does Callion do? Got construction, okay. I'll probably just leave Callion alone for a little bit then. Let him finish off the house and get the floors put in and move all the stuff around that normally he's trying to move around. Sorry, that was Dane the Hiccup. I always have one hiccup per episode. I don't know why it happens, but it happens. Like every single time. One hiccup per episode. That's the Splattercat life that we live. Yep, reinstall the bed over there in the house. Perfect. And then we have a jailbird named Stefan Bajurus Bjurstrom calls to you from nearby. He's being chased by pirates from the crocodiles. He begs for safety and offers to join your colony. Biologically, he's 33 years old. Be warned, if you accept, you'll have to fight off the pirates who are on his tail. I'm going to say yes to that one, I think. I'm going to say yes to that one just because we need manpower right now. We're falling behind the game curve, and I need more people so that I can get the labor that I need to get done. This is the downside of starting out with the Rich Explorer, is that you gotta have extra people. If you don't have extra people, you're not gonna make it. But we'll deal with this event in the next episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for some Rimworld Beta 18. I'm glad you guys could all stop in. It's been a lot of fun. I am a YouTuber who does indie games all day, every day. I try to do impressions videos and occasionally a long series like we're doing They Are Billions right now. Rimworld will probably be a little bit of a longer series, and then I should be doing Subnautica pretty soon. I think I'm going to go back to Subnautica, but every single day you can expect something a little bit different on the channel. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Hi, do everybody, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.